Yeah, so guys, my name is Tino. I'm the founder of Proud Dads. And yeah, today is the beginning of a new era, guys, as we're talking fatherhood, everything to do with fatherhood. And yeah, we're going to be having Stan with us. Um, Stan is the father of one, he's a new dad. His child is about 4 months now. And yeah, and Stan is he's an awesome guy. He's what he's doing with his life is just amazing. We're just waiting for him to connect. I think he's still thinking about it. I hope he's not running away. But otherwise, yeah. So we're gonna be having a chat with him today and talking new dad, his experiences, and everything to do with fatherhood. Um, because I think a lot of people know that being a father is not easy. It's something that is very difficult. And I think um, by us doing this, it's going to help a lot of fathers because we're going to be asking, we're going to be talking about a whole lot of questions and answers. There's my guy. Dan, how you doing, man?
Away.
How you doing, Stan? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I've never been on this thing before, so I had to allow those settings in my
I see.
Instagram app.
Nah, that's good. That's good. I can see you wearing the Proud Dad gang. That's good, guys. And yeah, those guys who don't know as much, this is our brand, Proud Dads Gang, and Stan has joined. 4 months in the gang. Welcome,
Why,
Stan.
why am I so dark, man? Am I always this dark, man?
Now, don't worry, my guy. It's just lighting. It's just lighting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Stan, welcome to our live. Yeah, with Proud Dads, and yeah, today we're gonna be talking fatherhood, my man.
Mm.
So, yeah, before we begin, I would like you to tell me a bit of about yourself and who's Stan. And yeah, and you can just a bit of something about you.
These are questions I probably don't even have answers to myself.
I knew
So
you were
who am
gonna say
I,
something
man?
like that.
I'm Stan. I just turned 30 the other day. Um,
Oh, that's great. That's great, man.
I'm married to this amazing woman. She's this amazing person. She's watching, so I have to say these things.
She gave you a kid, man. So
She
that's
gave me a
amazing already.
beautiful boy, man. She gave me a beautiful boy. That boy is
Yeah,
now
man.
almost four
Congrats,
months old.
congrats on that.
Mm. And yeah, we've been in this for 4 months, man, and we just keep going.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I hope you're enjoying, because I think fatherhood is basically the best thing anyone can ever go through. And, and not a lot of people know about it, but up until you are in there, you will know that this is amazing. The feeling is
Hey,
just good.
man, it's something else, man.
Yeah, Stan. So, yeah, let's get down to business, Stan. I just want to know. So, Stan, one thing I just wanted to ask you first, right, is what has been the biggest obstacle you faced since you became a father? It's a difficult one,
Sleep.
I know, because
Sleep.
fatherhood is just basically every day something new comes up.
Hey, man, I love my sleep, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I love sleeping. When I was still a bachelor, I used to take the wife to church on Sunday and then
Yeah.
come back home and then sleep in the afternoon. That was my shit, man. I love sleep, man. I love sleep. I enjoy sleeping. So now you get a baby and then
Hmm.
you just forget about it. It's not even like in the first month or whatever. It's the first day, bro. Because she gave birth
Instant.
in the
It
morning.
just comes in instant.
She gave birth at like I don't know what time it was, but it was early in the morning.
Yeah.
And then that was it, bro. That was the last time I remember sleep because we're chilling at home. We just got back from my mom's place. We're having dinner. Then we get home. We're chilling. She says, I don't feel good. I'm like, nah, just relax. Probably the food, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Then the next thing, I fall asleep on the couch. She goes and then she says she's going to bed and then she comes back and she's like, "No, I can't sleep." Okay, cool. What do we need to do? I don't know. So we go to the bedroom. She goes to sleep on the other bed because there was a thing. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sleeping. It's like 2 a.m. This person just comes in man, and she wakes me up. That was the
Yeah.
last time I remember sleeping. It was
Yeah.
1 February,
Sleeping
I
is.
remember.
I think sleeping is gonna be something that. So I think sleeping is something that becomes extinct as soon as those kids come into life, because even until they grow up, my man, sleeping is not something that you're gonna be having quite a lot.
Oh, no, but it's like on the first day, man. It's not even like 2 days after you get time to prepare. On that day, man, it's done. Man. It's finished.
Yeah, true, 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 true. And yeah, so since you're talking about sleeps, then
Hmm.
one thing is the diaper change, and at night, my guy, I know that is one of the things that what we are scared of as men, is waking up at 2 in the morning to change diapers. How has it affected you during that time? Were you that? Because for me personally, I used to get very angry when it comes to waking up. When she says, "Hey, it's your turn to wake up. Come on, it's time to change the diaper." And then, yeah, my man, it felt like, what? I can just say, "Hey, you are supposed to take care of that child, not me." And then I think, no, man, but we're in this together. So, yeah, tell me, how did you cope regarding that, and how has it affected you in some way, or did it even affect you or anything?
But I love my sleep, man. I've mentioned it before. Man. I love my
Yeah,
sleep, man. So, hey, it's difficult, man. I'll be honest though, in terms of like all the baby things and things that need to happen, I'm involved now.
yeah,
But if we're to put it in terms
good.
of
That's good.
percentages, she does like 80%, and then I come in, because
You
there's
do your
certain things
20.
that she's involved. I put in my 20, but it's a good 20, man. It's a good 20.
Yeah, yeah,
So this waking up at night thing, man, I don't really think about it because if you just hear the baby sleeps in that cot thing, that camp cot next to the bed.
yeah, yeah,
So you don't have a choice, man. You just yeah, and then that's it. Oh, Mr.
yeah.
Baloy,
When you hear
you
that
just
sound, then you already know that, you know what, it's your turn.
well, and sometimes if you don't react to that sound, they just kick you out of bed, man. They just tell you, Hey, Mufasa is awake."
And they don't waste. You know what? I
Uh,
think we're living in a world, it's the 20th century, and I think us as fathers, helping the mothers is actually something that is very
just
important,
look,
because mothers
just
burn
look
out.
behind me. Just look behind me. Look behind me. This baby is less
Look at
than
that.
4 months old, and look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, these
We
are
have whatever.
essentials. These are essentials, my man.
There's a baby thing to sit on. There are diapers. There's a camcord. There is, I don't know. Then you come this side. It's just more of his things. I mean, this baby is
Yeah, no,
taking
I
over
get
my
you, my
house,
man.
man.
Everything life changes after these people come, because they take up all this space. All of a sudden, you don't have space in the house.
You could say that. But remember as well, we have nothing to compare it to because we moved into this house. Then the baby came.
Yeah, no, no, no. True, very true, very true. I get you. I get you, my guy.
If we could
Um,
compare it to the flat, maybe they would be like,
yeah. No, no, no.
but
I get
actually,
you. I
look at
get
that.
you. Yeah,
Pampers
it's
must
definitely
actually
different.
pay for advertising. This is advertising.
Then you're a funny guy, I see.
There's money to be made.
And yeah, so Stan, since you're talking about your wife, right, and you
Hmm.
helping her, you putting in your 20%, obviously she does most of the stuff. um, Relationship wise, right, since the
Hmm.
baby was born, right, most relationships that break up after a child is born, right? and obviously tensions, emotions, and all those things play a role. But how have you managed to cope in terms of your relationship with your wives? How did you come up with new styles to say, you know what, okay, we're doing dinner every second day or whatever the case might be. Maybe I cook for you. Now you don't have time. How did you manage to come up with plans to make sure that she's happy, she's not burnt out? Did you help out a lot? Did you make sure that, you know what, you scrub her back when she's bathing? Because, those little things are very important.
For us, it's weird because as soon as the baby was born, then we got into lockdown. So there's nowhere to go. The baby only knows three places. He knows the clinic where he was born, my mother's house, and this house. That's it. So in terms of going out, and it's there's nowhere to go. But you try a few things. I mean, it's at this moment right now, all you can do right now is just help out. I mean, before, I don't know, she's online now, so she's going to know the secret. But I was planning that, when the baby is a bit grown, then we'll go back to. There's this place we went to in Margate. It's a nice place, Margate. I wanted us to
Yeah.
just go back there, and then just kick back, look at the ocean, try to get that groove back, you know what I mean? Because we
Hmm.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's very important. You need that. You need that. Because I think, you know what, we get caught up in the whole kid story so much that we actually forget that, you know what, we actually humans as well. We have a relationship to keep up with, and
It's easy
it,
to get caught up because,
yeah, it is
man,
because they take up 90% of your time now.
everything, man. It's not just your time, it's your sleep, it's your money, it's your everything.
Your sleep, your money. But I think money you can adjust then. It's not like that's it. You're gonna adjust and see how you can play around with it.
No, I
But
mean,
in terms of relationship, if a woman feels that, you know what, you guys are drifting away, there's already tension that starts building up and not healthy for the kid.
now this one tells me, this one will be like, hey, come here, listen, you don't talk to me anymore. What's going on? You're like, oh, I don't talk to you anymore. It's like, yes. Then she decides, you know what? When we go to sleep, everyone goes to sleep, and then everyone goes to sleep. So I
Yeah,
can't stay behind and watch TV, and then you can talk. And how was your day? What did you get up to,
yeah,
etc.,
true.
etc.
True, true, true. And I think pillow talk becomes something that you forget at some point because it was it was there before, and now it's no longer there as much because
You know what? I'm
there's
going
no
to tell
time
you a
for pillow
secret.
talk now because the child sleeps at 11, maybe, and then one has to sleep and one has to, you know.
The thing is, though, like with married people, a lot of married people, when you're married and you've been married for a while, the thing
Mhm.
that pushes your conversation mostly is just going to be how do you balance your career and your daily duties.
Ah.
Okay, what was I talking about before we interrupted? So, um,
Yeah, don't get
I can't
distracted
remember
so
now.
much.
I can't remember now. Where were we? Mm, okay,
No,
I,
we're
I
talking
can't
about
remember what that.
no, we're talking about the relationship.
Yes, yes, the relationship. So
Yes.
you find out that a lot of married people, they can, I mean, they're on this thing now, they can comment if they want to. Your relationships
Yeah, they've
become,
already got. Yeah.
they become gossip at the end of the day, Oh my God, did you hear this? Oh my God, did you see this? And then that pushes, the
No.
relationship. I don't know how else to say it, but
Yeah, no, no, I get you. I get you because that's when people started getting involved in your relationship a lot because they feel like, you know what, if they said this, I think that's one of the biggest issues that we go through. But I think if you focus on your relationship more, even when the kid is born, because when you're drifting away, people start talking to other people more, and that's when you start hearing those stories from outside. So it's
about
always good to
Apacha.
keep those talks happening inside the house. So I'm good that your wife actually comes in and says, "No, no, 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 you are getting out of hand now," just to put you back.
She has to, because me, I get carried away. That's my problem. So she
Mm.
needs to come and be like, hey, hey. And you know, as men, we assume that everything is okay. There's no other way to say it. As men,
Yeah,
we
true,
inherently
true.
assume that when a woman is happy and everything is fine, it just means everything is fine. But
We think
it
once we
doesn't
give them a
necessarily
child,
mean
and then everything is all rosy.
it's not. It's not.
Mm. No, no,
It's
that's
not.
true, Stan. And yeah, on the next question, right? Stan, you've been on the TV quite a lot of times, and I think a lot of people know that you are the main guy. And how do you think your child, when they grow up, how would you think they're gonna be able to um, cope with the whole situation that dad is on TV or whatever? Are you gonna start making sure that they get used to it right now when they're growing up? You know, because you are on TV quite a lot nowadays. I think once or twice a week or something.
It's an interesting question because you know why. I'm looking for an example that's okay. Okay, let's look at if you were born in a house where your father is a pastor, né? Your father is a church minister. That's the only life you know.
Yeah, true.
So if you grow up in that environment and someone asks you what is it like being a pastor's child, you can't explain to them because that's the only life
That's the only
you
life
know.
you know. Yeah, true.
So if he grows up and then he sees me on TV on a Tuesday and then he sees me on the news on the following Thursday or something, I think if he starts seeing that from a young age, as he grows older, it becomes part of his life that it's not a thing to him anymore. Because I
Mm.
mean, I'm not on TV as a celebrity. I don't hang out with Casper Nyovest and the fancy people that
Yeah, you are very that's what
I'm there
um
telling people what they need to know.
what they need to know, especially about their lives, and
You know
yeah,
what I
work
mean?
careers and everything. Now that's good, Stan. That's good, Stan. And yeah, so this one now is about what you've gone through since fatherhood started, right? You had your expectations when you were growing up, right? Thinking, what, fatherhood is fun. You're gonna have that child going to fetch a beer for you and say, "Hey, bring me that beer from the fridge," right? And then, so now, tell me, right, from your expectations growing up, right, and what you have experienced so far, what can you say? This is basically like reality versus your expectation. Is there any difference, or something like that?
There's a big difference though. See, the first thing is uh, when you're becoming a parent or when you think you're going to become a parent, there's a whole lot of things going through your head. Do I have enough money? Do I have to do this? Can
Yeah.
I wake up at night? Can I do this and that? And then you're put into the situation. And then you realize that there's no other way to say it really. This thing is simple.
What when you
This
mean
thing,
simple? What when you say simple?
it,
What do you mean?
okay, maybe simple is not the right word. Maybe the right word I'm looking for is it's you have it already, but you don't know.
Or like
So
it's
as soon
inbuilt.
as, because right now, I mean, we're going on to 4 months now. I've been a parent for a whole almost 4 months, and it's just autopilot. Man. The
But
baby's
you
crying.
see,
Okay,
even if you're saying autopilot, Stan, you see, there's a time before the baby is born, right? You become nervous. For me, I used to drink a lot. Like my guy, I would say Friday after work, guys, I want to just go drink because I'm just scared that there's a little one coming, right? So when you're saying inbuilt, is does this
okay.
include being the inbuilt? Because some don't come out
I think
as we did.
we're talking about two different phases. I'm talking about the phase after the baby is born. So maybe I
Yeah,
should
no,
go
no, no.
back
After
to
the baby is
when
born,
the.
yes. So, but
So if we
okay,
go
so
back to when she's still pregnant and the baby is coming, but
because that's where it
I
starts.
I was drinking. I was punishing alcohol. I remember because I have this thing that I need to get home before 7 o'clock. I mean, that's my thing. I need to make sure. Hey man, sometimes it'll be 9 o'clock, man. And I'll be with my buddies in Roodepoort. We're not doing anything fancy. We're just sitting in a car drinking alcohol. Then we're
Hmm.
talking. And you feel like that sort of takes away the reality of the situation before, you get into the but it's difficult. Man. And
Yeah.
so the first thing is you don't realize that you are stressed. That's the first problem.
Yeah. And us as men, we don't talk.
After you don't realize that you're stressed, then you start drinking or you start when
Smoking quite a
people
lot. Yeah.
zol, they put saliva on the drink.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But I guess you know what? Um, I think this thing is every father has to go through it. Every man actually has to go through it, where you go through that stress. It's just a matter of some don't actually get out of it and actually run away during that time when that stress hits and reality comes into play.
I was
Um,
drinking. Oh, those days. I was drinking. Sure. We consumed alcohol those days.
yeah, no, true, my guy. I know how it feels. I know how it
But it
feels.
was reckless. Looking back in retrospect, it was reckless because anything could have happened. They could have called you at any moment to say, something's happening with the baby. We need to go
True.
to the hospital. And you are
Mhm.
here. Ula.
And already it's happening. It's
And already it's
happening.
happening. So it
No,
was
no, no.
reckless, and I don't advise it to anyone, especially when you're getting
Yeah, no.
close. I wanna you're 7, 8 months.
It's very difficult, and I think it puts a strain on these women, and they end up
Mm,
thinking, you know what, getting stressed as well, and it's not good for the baby and all that kind of stuff.
it's reckless.
But yeah, and you know what, I'm just gonna jump onto the questions that these guys are actually saying. Thank you guys for coming through. Um,
Don't read
so
questions
here I've
from
got
7 to
MC
8.
Squared. I am MC Squared. He asked you a question. He says you got a son, right? And I take he had issues with a whole colic thing, right? So how was that journey for him, and how did you and your wife cope?
You know what? I don't even know what colic is, and we don't even know what colic is.
Yeah, but I think basically when it comes to colic, I think some kids go through it and some don't. Because
Because
I
we buy these
also
things and
my
it says
son.
it's anti-colic, and then you get like this Tommy TP thing is, and they say it's colic proof or whatever. But I don't know what colic is. I've googled on the internet. They say the baby just cries. My baby hardly cries. So I don't know what colic is. I can't answer that. We
So
don't
you're
have
one of
any
you're one
experience.
of those people who are actually blessed with having a child, not to experience colic yet.
Yeah, but you see, because I know MC squared, I want to say something terrible, but there's other people in the room. But no, we
Don't
don't
be
know what
nasty.
colic
Don't be
is.
nasty, my man. Don't be
We
nasty.
don't know what colic is, and we don't know how you treat it. We've just been going. We give him milk. He has hiccups. You give him gripe water. He falls asleep. You change the diaper.
Yeah, some of the things you learn along the way. There's no master in this, and I think as time as you go, you always call. It's either your mother or your auntie to say, you know what, we're having problems with this, and then they can tell you, okay, try this or that. For me, it was actually a different story because my wife is a nurse, so it was much easier to just say, hey, the baby's feeling this. What do you think is the problem?
It's corruption. You're banking on corruption.
Not
You
true.
know, for us, the weird thing was the milk thing, though. I don't know, because I'm looking at the milk thing now. Because we started off, normal when we went on to formula, and then the baby reacts differently, he's constipated, or when he poops,
Hmm.
it's like this small balls, it's like this weird hard balls.
Yeah.
And we moved from different things until we got to, where's this one? I think I'm looking at it. And then this is when you realize that babies are not cheap. Man. This is, I don't know if you can see that thing.
Oh yes, that I can see it. The
There's no other
S26
way to
Gold.
say it. Yes, infant starter formula, newborn from 0 until 6 months, 1.8 kgs. If you're going to have a baby,
That
just
thing
start here.
flies. But that thing
Just start here.
flies. Don't you buy like one tin a week?
No, it lasts like 3 months. Not 3 months,
3?
3 weeks or so. 3 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you're going to have a baby, Thompson, I see you just joined, Bob. Buy this one. This is where you need to start. Don't
There's
go
some
with
great advice
none.
for you,
Don't
Tom.
go with isomil. Don't go with all those other things. Just go to S26 and then forget.
And that's it.
And that's
Yeah,
it.
no,
That's like the
that's
Rolls Royce.
the Rolls Royce of milk.
Mm,
So
that's the Rolls
Stan,
Royce of me.
right? You and your son, right? So since your son has come into the picture now, how has it um, changed the way you perceive love? I know.
Eh, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
But you can't
It's
say that because these kids are gonna make you, stress every day and all that, no man. So
it's weird, man, because I know what love is, like how you can love a baby, but I can't explain it. I think this is one of those things that you either know or you don't. You either have gone through it or you don't know what it is about. That's it.
but it definitely needs to change you how you look at things as
As a yeah,
like
mm,
the way you
your
feel about someone, it has to change during
mm.
that time.
Your priorities, not just your priority, but your emotions as well. Even the way you look at your wife. Because remember, if you're married, right, before you have a child, you're just still in the same boat as, boyfriend and girlfriend. But
Yeah.
once someone gives you this person, and then you can actually hold this person, and you realize that this is a product of love, and then he looks at you at 2 a.m. when you're changing diapers, and then he smiles, and then he just pees on you at the same time, but you're not angry, you just
So are
Jonathan,
you
what's your
saying that the
question?
love for your wife has actually grown since that time?
I don't know if it's love or it's okay. The love
Respect.
is there, but let's put respect. When
Okay, so
you go with the respect, Mfana, she's not that girl anymore.
yeah.
The imagine.
No, 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 I get you. I get you. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's actually something quite different. So you start respecting her in a different way.
It moves. It's not, before when we are just concerned about airtime and whatever it is. Now it's, my wife,
She
I entrust you that whatever you're doing with the baby means the baby is going to be safe.
Yeah, true. Very true. Very true.
No one else can care for the baby better than you. And then, yeah.
No, no, no. I get you, Stan. I get you, Stan. And I think, you guys are listening, and I think you're hearing what Stan is saying. Yeah. He's, and yeah, I can see you guys, Rasta Mukari, Gungalani. I can see you, Chengetai Kadenge, Thompson, Bob, Jonathan.
El
I
Vivo.
see you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so today you can ask Stan any questions. I'm just gonna give Stan one question here. So the very interesting question. To say, Stan, how do you juggle work and being a daddy?
That's from my wife, isn't it? I told you not to read questions from 7 or 8.
No, but it's not only for me. Mongezi also said that.
Okay. My problem with work is there's no other way to say it. I'm a workaholic. I love my job, I love what I do, and I enjoy what I do. So before my work, because my working hours are from 8 until 4, but I don't
Yes.
always stick to 8 until 4 because, sometimes it's 4:15 and you're doing that final thing and it must just be right because, it makes sense. I don't know. I take pride in my work. So
Yeah.
now, when the baby arrived, because the baby came 2 weeks early, né? The baby was supposed to arrive on the 14th and he arrived on the 1st.
Yes.
So when he
Yes.
arrived on the first, I didn't have any plans for leave. I'd put everything at work in a certain place, to say, I'm going to do this, this, and that. And then from the 14th, I'm going to take those paternity leave days and then go home. My boss was ready with that. He said, it's cool. You can go work from home. It's fine. Then the baby comes. No. we're unexpecting. It's just, a surprise thing, and then we are parents.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to go to work because I had projects in place. We're just launching a new product, and I put the people together, the people who are doing the marketing, the people in my company. I'm generally in charge of the whole thing, and I have to make sure that it goes well. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I have other things that I, meetings and school stuff that I'd pulled back so that I could make time for when the baby comes. And then I try to juggle the two. There's another way to say it. If something fails,
It just doesn't connect. I
it
was
doesn't
waiting
work.
for that moment where you just say, you know what,
Because I
it
remember
won't
this day, it
connect.
was a Tuesday. I walked into my boss's office and I was like, my guy, I need to do this, this and that. I have this thing happening at home, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just go? And he was like, you know what? Take your laptop, go work from home. We'll see you next week, Monday. Then I came home. I tried working from home. It didn't work. And then I just closed that thing. That's it.
It's either you're gonna be too tired, or when you're about to do something and then she comes and says, you know what, just hold the baby for 2 minutes. Let me just go take a nap, and that's it.
I'm just making his milk.
That's it. You already, you know. No, no, no. I get you. I get you, my man. And yeah, you can continue.
So now what I've realized is, especially now during lockdown, because these are the people I was locked down in with, which means these are important people.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that I'm finished with whatever it is I need to do so that when I get home, I must not get home anytime after 6:30.
Oh
When I
yes,
get
yes.
home,
That's
the
that's a good
laptop is
routine.
closed, take a shower because coronavirus, come back, play with the baby until the mom goes to sleep, and then I stay with the baby goes to sleep, I put him down, then I can open my laptop and start working. So that's like from 10, 11, etc.
Yeah, that's
But you
quite a
can't do
clever
that.
way. That's a clever way of doing it because I think you have to find that time where they are both sleeping, and then you can actually have full concentration,
If
right?
you're awake.
Mm. No, no, no. I get you. I get you. And if that's working, so you can hear, guys, that you know what, it's a matter of planning around and seeing how you can be able to work around it, because I think we get stuck up in, you know what, I need to do it at a certain time, and that time it's not working, so you need to reschedule or something, so that, because you can never do both at the same time, as Stan
I
has
want to
said.
answer. I want to answer that question there. Raska Makari, taking care of a new baby can be hectic. What are some of the crazy things you had to do to help out? I'm going to tell you a story. I'm a storyteller. That's who I am.
Okay,
So the
okay,
other
tell
day
me.
we're sitting. The wife is in the kitchen. She's doing some kitchen things. I'm playing with the baby, and I can smell. You know what? This guy doesn't smell great. I look at the wife. She's busy. I'm like, I can just change the diaper. We come back and then we carry on with what we're doing. Cool. Take the baby to the bedroom. Put him on the bed. We're playing. And he's smiling. You're opening. Taking off the clothes, etc., etc. Then you open the diaper, man.
And then everything just comes down crashing.
Man, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. So I look like quickly as soon as I open it, I turn around. I'm like, baby, coming home. She comes from the kitchen, because obviously it sounds like an emergency. Then she looks, she's like, my guy, there are wipes over there. Use
That's
those
it.
wipes.
That's you have to learn. You have to learn.
I think I sent the picture of the diaper in the group somewhere when I say they say babies are cute. It was, oh man,
Yes.
it was disgusting. It was disgusting, and it was on my hands. And so the other thing as well is a baby doesn't know that they're being changed. They want to play.
Yeah, true.
You start slapping, and he wants to put his hands in there, and phew,
Everywhere.
I
And
find
you know what? One thing I've actually learned regarding that was to time yourself. For me, so my wife used to say to me, "You are too slow," and I used to get, "Why are you thinking I'm too slow, man? I'm doing my best here." But I saw the importance of timing, because in that if you say yourself, I have to change this diaper in 30 seconds, in that 30 seconds, trust me, usually they don't pee. But for you or pee or whatever, but for us, we want to take our time because we're going, oh, come on, oh, sis, man, all that kind of things, right? And then we're taking our time, and then they go number two again, boom, and you are in the midst of the whole thing. So you need to be quick. It just needs to be, and everything has to be very close. That's how I've managed to do it over. I think I've done a tutorial on YouTube, right? If you go on YouTube, the Proud Dads page, there's how to change a diaper. So I said in 1 minute, and I actually did it in 1 minute. That's how fast I do it.
But the thing is, your child is older now, so you can
No,
give
but
him a
even when
phone
they
and
were
he can
when,
play
even
with
when they
it.
were kids, even when they were kids, I made sure that in that 1 minute. So what you can do is you can take. You see, they're wearing their what's it called? Their what's it called? This
That
vest,
romper
right?
thing, yes,
You
that
put their
vest.
hands inside the vest as well, right? And then you tighten their hands with that vest, so it locks them inside. They don't move.
That sounds
That's a
illegal.
trick I'm telling you now, and it works like magic.
Does Jesus know you're doing this to your babies?
It's survival skills, my man. You need to know how to make sure that you know what your child survives. So that's
I'm a
you
slow
see,
diaper
if you do
changer.
like this, stand, and the hands are inside there, both of them. Kids don't move. You can change a diaper in peace.
I'm a slow diaper changer, man. When I change diapers, we're talking at least 10 to 15 minutes, bro.
Maybe I must
Because
do another tutorial for you
we are
then.
playing. We are playing. We're doing the bum cream thing, and then he looks at me and he smiles, and then we forget we're doing diapers. We start doing other things, and then the mother comes. She's like, "Yeah, it's cold. Put him on clothes on it." Then you go back. You put that thing. You go that thing, the vest that clips, or
Mm.
you forget to clip it, and then you put on the pants. Then you realize, I need to clip this thing. You have to take off the pants again, and then. But I'm a very slow diaper changer, man. Like it takes me quite some time to change a diaper because I play a
So,
lot.
and check here, they're saying that it sounds illegal what I'm saying. Guys,
Ah,
trust me, when you have a
your
kid, you're
thing, your
gonna have
thing
to
will
make
take
sure
you to
something
prison.
has to work. Otherwise, you're not gonna be working. So yeah, Stan, I don't want to take too much of your time, right?
I'm here, Vanna.
Um,
Don't worry.
okay, I've got one more question from IMC's IMMC Squid. So he keeps on saying, Chris, uh, okay, so he's just saying that's some Ted Bundy type of stuff you describing best fit for kidnapping scene in a movie.
These children have
Yeah,
rights,
no, I
man.
guess it's survival skills, guys. So you need to come up with your with anything that works for you, especially when you're changing a diaper. So yeah, Stan, I would like you to give all these fathers out there, right, who are failing to cope with becoming new dads, some words of encouragement. What would you say to them? Because we're having issues whereby uh, fathers are bailing out, especially after the baby is born. I don't know if we can't take on the stress or whatever the case might be. The youngsters are running away because once they hear that, come here, come and look after this child, they run. So, what do you say to them as a words of encouragement, my man?
Like I said before, man, this thing happens by itself, man. You just need to be committed to the cause. If you are
From the
committed,
beginning, yeah.
it works out. If you are committed, it works out. Then you find a way. My solution might not be your solution. It might not be somebody else's
Yes.
solution. But if it works in my family, then it makes sense.
Yeah, true. I think
So
it comes.
you need to be committed. You need to be committed because it's something else, man. Guys, it changes your life, bro. Like
It changes
I didn't
everything.
know, for example, that when you put the baby seat in the car, my car has those two things, that isofix thing. Yeah? So when you put it in, it's supposed to go. So I'm looking for this thing, but I'm looking for this thing on the baby seat and I can't find it. Only to find out that the baby seat I have is not an isofix. You use your seatbelt.
Yo,
But
okay,
that
okay,
thing
yeah, I
took me
get
like
you.
It took me like an hour to figure it out.
to figure it out. But when you buy the baby seat, usually if you, especially here by Baby City, you just ask the guys. They usually just fasten it in your car for you, and it's you can just thank him or something because it's quite easy. They just put it in for you and then just show you how to do it. It
It took me
works.
a while, man. So now, where I was going with this, so it's about commitment because in my mind, I knew that this child needs to be in a baby seat in order for the child to be safe. So now imagine if I just said, you know what, I don't care. We'll see what happens when it happens, and then you take the baby seat out. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
Then
true.
you've given up, and you're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing your child a favor. You're not doing
Yeah,
anything
true.
a favor.
True. You're actually
So
making it more difficult.
you need to be committed, bro. You need to be
Yeah, you
committed
need
to
to be
this thing.
committed. You need to put in 180% because they rely on you on everything.
It's made it also to answer that one as well. Is there a
Yeah,
right
the
time to
last
be
one.
a
Yeah,
dad? There's no time to be a dad, man. Anyone can be a dad. I'm thinking of examples in
yeah,
my head right now of people I know who were 18-year-olds and they became parents and they're fine.
yeah.
And
And
people like me who
I
waited
think like
later
what
in
you
life.
like
Oh,
what you said, it comes down to commitment. Once
mm,
the situation gets there for you, you just need to tell yourself, "I'm in it." That's it.
mm. Otherwise, there's no good time to be a father, man. You
You
just do
There's no
you
good
and then
time.
you just.
And you can never say, you know what, the finances are 100%. They can never be
Mm,
100%. You just have to adjust during that time, and it is what it is. That's the nature of becoming a dad. So Towers, if you're still thinking, you know what, there's a right time to become a dad, now is the right time. Any time is the right time. You can just become a
today,
dad and adjust as it goes. It's an experience.
today is a good day to be a
Yeah.
dad.
Today is the good day. Now, Stan, my man, thank you very much for
Are we
coming
done? This
through.
is like, was it 30 minutes?
My man, I think we've gone like 40 minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah, and no, thank you for your time. And yeah, it was a great session. And thank you guys for participating and asking questions. We really
Oh,
appreciate. Yeah, this is the first one of many. Next week, stay tuned. We're gonna be having another one, and yeah, we're gonna release who we're gonna be having an interview with. You never know who we're gonna be having because there's a lot of dads there who are coming in and saying they want to be involved in these live interviews. They want to share their story with you guys. They want to share a story with other fathers out there. So yeah, it's we what we're trying to do is to change the dead game. We're living in a world where it's no longer women only take care of kids. I think it's now 50-50 now in the 21st century.
you have to
So
be involved, bro.
yeah, we have to be involved. Women work, men work. So you put in the work, they put in the work. Don't let your woman burn out. They need us.
Mm.
We, I think we need them, and both of us can raise these kids very well. So yeah, Stan. So you guys can catch this video again. It's gonna be everywhere on the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube as well. A lot of videos on there, tutorials of becoming better dads. And yeah, Stan, thanks a lot, my
Before we
man.
go, we just need to give a shout out to one person, otherwise it's never gonna
Okay,
end.
shout out, shout out, shout out. Give a shout out, my
Walter
man.
Jonathan Maruma Hoko.
Yeah. And Chengetaiga Denge, I see he's already complaining that you guys you don't give a shout out or nothing. Okay, no guys, we see you. Leander, we see you. Tebeto, we see
And my wife,
you.
hello, my wife. Wait,
Dinero, we see you.
before you
Thank
go,
you.
before you go, let me look for this baby. So, is he sleeping? Is he sleeping? No, he's not sleeping. Let me look for this baby.
Yeah, so that we can see that people are gonna think, you know what, these guys are just talking. Uh,
So I'm in a video inside a video.
little one, how you? Yeah, so that we can see that people are gonna think, you know what? Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. You can see,
So I'm in a video inside a
Stan,
video.
he's already looking for you. It's time for you to tap in now.
They want me now, my man.
Yeah, it is your time, my man. I don't want to take much of that time because the little one needs you.
Cool, cool, cool. Thanks so
All
much.
right.
Proud
Cheers,
dad.
Dan. Thanks a lot, eh? And
Cool, cool, cool.
guys, thank you very much for being live. Catch you guys next week. It's been a great one. And yeah, have a good night. Cheers, guys.